I was halfway through the reception entrance when I heard my father laughing. Not the happy kind of laugh, the dismissive one. Someone had asked about me, and he answered before anyone else could. Julian? Oh, he mixes drinks somewhere downtown. Just a bartender. A few people chuckled. I kept walking as if I never heard it. My father never officially disowned me. That would have required emotion. Instead, he mastered something quieter. Over the years, he simply removed me from the picture. Conversations happened without me. Family photos were taken when I was not around. Even holiday dinners somehow ran out of chairs whenever I showed up. He wanted a son who talked business deals and corporate promotions. He got me instead. I left college early and started bartending when I was 22. I enjoyed the work, but in my father's eyes, that decision labeled me permanently as the family disappointment. Eventually, I stopped attending gatherings altogether. It was easier to disappear than constantly prove I belonged, until my sister Tessa's wedding last weekend. I was surprised to receive an invitation at all. Later, I learned my grandfather refused to attend unless I was included. He has always been the only person who treated me like I mattered, so I showed up. Black suit, clean shave, no attention seeking. My only plan was simple. Congratulate the couple, stay polite, leave early. That plan lasted about 10 minutes. The venue looked like something out of a luxury magazine. Crystal lights, marble floors, perfectly dressed guests. I blended into the crowd until Tessa and her new husband James began greeting everyone. Tessa looked genuinely shocked when she saw me. James smiled politely and reached out his hand. Nice to meet you, I am James, Julian, I replied. He paused. Same last name? I nodded. His expression shifted almost instantly. He stepped aside, pulled out his phone, and began searching something. Within seconds, the color drained from his face. He muttered an excuse about grabbing a drink and walked away. Tessa looked confused. I honestly had no explanation to give her, because the truth was something my family had never cared enough to learn. Yes, I started behind a bar. But 7 years ago, I launched a small liquor brand with money I barely had. One creative marketing campaign unexpectedly went viral. A public figure mentioned it online. Distributors called. Opportunities stacked faster than I could process them. By 29, I owned the company outright. By 30, our products were selling internationally. I no longer served drinks. I built them. The company now supports dozens of employees, and ironically, the tequila being served at my sister's wedding reception came from my brand. No one in my family knew. No one had ever asked. Across the room, I noticed whispers spreading. James spoke quietly with relatives. Phones appeared under tables. Screens lit up one after another. Then my father approached me, smiling too carefully. Didn't expect you here, he said. You invited me? I answered calmly. He laughed awkwardly. Still working at bars? I shook my head. Haven't done that in years. The tequila you are drinking belongs to my company. He assumed I was joking. Instead of arguing, I walked toward the bar and spoke to the bartender. You serving Ques Blanco tonight? Yeah, he said. Great choice by the couple. I smiled. I founded it. The bartender froze, trying to decide if I was serious. Behind me, I could feel my father listening. The silence said everything. After that moment, the atmosphere shifted completely. Conversations slowed. Relatives who had ignored me for years suddenly remembered my name. Someone pulled up an interview article about my business journey. Another guest mentioned seeing our brand overseas. I went from invisible to unforgettable in less than 15 minutes. An aunt who once lectured me about wasting my future tried greeting me like an old friend. Cousins appeared out of nowhere. Compliments replaced jokes. I acknowledged none of it. Across the room, my father stood alone, staring into a drink he never touched, looking like reality had rewritten itself without warning. I did not confront him. There was no need. I stayed long enough for the whispers to settle into understanding, congratulated the newlyweds, and quietly left the reception without drawing attention. No speech, no dramatic exit, just peace. Later that night, my phone buzzed. A message from Tessa appeared. Did you really need to embarrass Dad like that? I read it twice before locking my screen. Because the truth is, I never tried to embarrass anyone. I simply stopped hiding who I became.